Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the next installment of Mason's Rant. Today's episode is entitled Better or Worse. Now, what I mean by better or worse is one of the most commonly discussed items is hindsight. And the fact that hindsight is always 2020. At least that's what everybody always says. And that, if you could just take some lessons from hindsight and one of those, if I only knew that, then how would it affect my life now? I mean, imagine if you were, back to being 10, 11 years old, and if you had all of the knowledge and wisdom that you do now, back then, think of all the things that you could have done. But hindsight's just that. It's the past. There's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing that we can affect what happened then. I mean, none of us are, Michael J. Fox and starring in Back to the Future and stuff like that, going back, to the past in a DeLorean or forward to the future, things like that. For you really, really young people out there who have absolutely no idea what I'm looking at, Google's your friend. But we try to make the future as best we can from the lessons of the past. Now, think about this. You go into a doctor's office, okay? You go for a visit with an optometrist, okay? And they tell you that your vision is whatever it is. It's based on a scale of 20/20, okay? To see whether you're nearsighted, farsighted, or normal vision. Now, is any human's vision perfect? Let me ask you this. Anybody? No. Because your vision can be better regardless. It is never perfect. Because if it's perfect and you can stand on the top of a mountain and see for 15 miles and read someone's newspaper, that would be perfect vision. But even 20/20 vision is not perfect. It can always be better. Because I guarantee you that an eagle's vision is better than yours, even if you have 20/20 vision. Guaranteed that eagle's vision is better. So your 20/20 vision is not perfect. So even your hindsight is not perfect. So if you go to the optometrist and they put you in one of those funky machines that looks like something off of a science fiction movie or some steampunk thing. It looks wild. And they put these things over top of your eyes. Excuse me, sir, is this better or worse? Okay, now 1 or 2, better or worse? Okay, and they do their sciencey stuff to determine what might help improve your vision. So think about the things that you go through in life. And sure, hindsight is now 20/20 vision so that it's normal. It's still not going to be perfect because your bias and etc. is going to come into play. And you may still not have the full picture. You know something went wrong, but you're not exactly sure exactly how it went wrong or what might have been the absolute best answer. But you could have done things better or worse. Now, you apply that same principle moving forward in that the stuff you learned in hindsight, option 1 or option 2, may have made it better or worse. And so now you use that foresight in referencing your hindsight and those options to make things better or worse so that your eyeglasses moving forward is using the lessons you learned in your hindsight to potentially make your foresight as close to 20/20 as possible. You're always going to have moments in life where you're going to take your glasses off, you're going to lose them, they're going to fall on the ground and potentially break, and you're going to have to repair them, and you have to rebuild that hindsight that you built up all that time. But eventually, you're going to be able to use those life lessons and build those eyeglasses for that foresight to make it as close to 20/20 as possible. And that's your goal moving forward. Your foresight's never going to be perfect. Even if you had it 2020, it's always going to be room for improvement. Something that you can add to it to make it better or worse. And your job is to always make sure your focus is clear enough to where you're sticking more towards the better category and not getting blurry and heading towards the worse. So that's today's kind of memento to learn from, or things like that. Hopefully you can use that to maybe make your vision a little bit better. And just keep that in mind. And the fact that you're never going to be perfect, but you always are going to use those life lessons to hopefully make it a little better. So today's episode, since I don't have any fancy sponsors, is brought to you by balloons. So fun, aren't they? Anyways, to my brothers and sisters out there holding the blue line tight, stay safe. And to everybody, including the rest of the populace that's out there, have a wonderful day, and always keep positive and keep moving forward to make that foresight 2020. Have a good day, y'all.